have Dharma Rakshit, the Hyderabad fan, and Yatharth Taluja, Delhi Capitals fan, to talk more about the match that was. Dharma 125 for no loss at the end of 6 overs, and then 266 in the end. Does it look a bit ironic?
Yes, ma'am. We thought Sunrisers Hyderabad will dominate the Capitals in Arun Jaitley Stadium, but never thought, they'll bang that in the power play itself. And even our bowlers, Natranjan, Pat Cummins, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, everyone has contributed for this win.
Yatharth, when SRH was coming to Delhi in the form that they were, we knew that it would be very difficult for Delhi to protect Qila Kotla. But the way it was breached last night, how do you really react as a Delhi fan? It probably can be classified as a mauling.
I mean, for definitely the way Hyderabad has been playing throughout the tournament, the teams have got nightmares about how they come about with the game. But to look with from the Delhi side, we were coming up with the confidence of 2 back-to-back wins. So we take that momentum with us. But when you see the scoreline of 130 already scoring in the power play, then somewhere there you feel that you have kind of messed away. So the way they beat the Qila Kotla, we returning to Qila was like after like good 6 games, and you want to always start on a winning note. So that was not the formidable start which you were expecting to. But from there, pulling back the game from 130 to still taking it on to score, like they were still like 200 in the 15th or 16th over. So we take up very positive from there. And also we were in the game till the very 8th over of the batting phase. We had a run rate of nearly 18, which was nearly incredible. So a lot went wrong, but there were also a lot of lamplight to just focus on the positives. So we take that from this loss and we move forward.
Well, let me also get in Rakesh Rao, the deputy editor of Hindu, into the show. Rakesh, it was an exhibition of power hitting last night while Travis Head was on 5th gear. His partner on the other end was significantly quicker. Abhishek Sharma at that 6 over mark that we are talking about were batting at 40 off 10 balls. And I'll just bring up a tweet from former Indian bowler Munaf Patel when he is talking about, he's actually questioning whether this boy can be included in the T20 World Cup team. What are your thoughts about it?
No, I don't agree with him, Munaf. I mean, see, because we are actually living in a world where it's so easy to get excited by seeing 1 knock or 2 knocks. Come on, Abhishek, we know he's good, no doubt about it. Let him, grow. Let him, stay in the entire kind of in that kind of a form for a while. We excited about Mayank's 2 spell now. You just see where he is. He's injured and he's gone. The point is that it's great to see these guys show the kind of confidence that you normally wouldn't have seen, say, a few years earlier. But then these guys come prepared for it. They're backed by their team, and the way they just go and just hit like as though there's no tomorrow. That's all great. But then I don't agree with him. But then having said that these two openers went hammer and tongs. I mean, just imagine 6 overs and 125 on the board. That is something that at least I haven't seen ever in any form. And then give credit to the DC also, because see, if you see the cutoff at the 10 over mark, they were 158 for 4. These guys were 138.
Absolutely.
So the difference between the two wasn't much. It is just that thereafter they just cracked. But the point is that SRH is a team on a roll. And now things are just happening. I mean, it's like their top 6, they're 7 and 8, everybody bats. Delhi, the problem is their tail doesn't bat. Just see, like yesterday,
Rakesh,
in the space of 7 deliveries, they lost 4 wickets and that was the end of it.
Rakesh, Hyderabad leapfrogged Kolkata. They are now on 2nd position in the league table. Given the form that they are in, would you hedge your bets on Hyderabad winning this edition of the IPL?
Difficult to say, Rika. Too early again, because once they reach the top 4 stage, then anything can happen. It is just that winning that last match I mean, we have seen teams reaching the last four stage, even reaching the last match, just one victory away, and then we don't even remember them. Only the winners are remembered. So, you have teams like SRH doing very well. RR and SRH were two teams, whom I've just maintained from the day of the auction that these two teams have actually got the best lineup, the most balanced lineup, playing 11 and the options thereafter. No other team has it. KKR is looking fine, yes, but then they're also a sort of team that can be beaten. But looking at the form of SRH, look at the way they bat first. I haven't seen them really go after the target, but give them the option to bat first and they know what to do. And yesterday, remember, Markram and Klassen didn't click. If these two guys had to stay there a bit longer, we would have seen 300 on the board.
Rakesh, I'll really have to ask you this question. While Indian Premier League is a platform for Indian youngsters to shine, and to be fair to them, a lot of them have been doing it over the years. But looking at this season, would you say that it has become a competition called Australia Got Talent? Because it's
You can say that. You can say that, seriously. I mean, because see the number of new names emerging. I've seen these kids playing in whites. I've seen them in domestic competitions for so long. But look at the way, the moment they get into a space where they are representing their franchising, I mean, the confidence with which they face the overseas bowlers, for me, that is the biggest takeaway. Reputations don't matter to these kids. They just go there and they just go after them, be it batters, bowlers, whosoever. So that for me is the biggest takeaway. However, when it comes to the World Cup team, the playing 11, you'll still see 9, 10, 11, maybe all 11 guys, all familiar names. So all these names who make an impression in T20 or wherever, you see the T20 World Cup, the think tank is such that you'll still go back to the regulars and you won't find too many of these names making it to the World Cup team.
Now, in a match where 465 runs were scored, it's very difficult to talk about the bowlers. But coming to you, Yatharth, the way the Delhi spinners bowled, particularly Kuldeep Yadav taking 4 wickets.
Absolutely, give it to him. See, because he came and he removed the top 3. I mean, you have to give it to him because at that time, every bowler was getting the stick. Imagine first over goes for 19 runs. Thereafter, the next 5 overs, each of those next 5 overs go for 20 or 20 plus. Mm-hmm. So thereafter, when he comes to bowl, he puts the brakes immediately. So a lot of credit is due to Kuldeep first and then Akshar. Right. So, those 8 overs made a difference, clearly, yeah.
Let me also take that question to Yatharth. Your impression of the two bowlers who came in the middle overs, Kuldeep Yadav and Akshar Patel, picking up those 5 wickets, because at one stage it looked like SRH could even score 300 runs.
Exactly. I mean, just the way Sir mentioned, I would just like to continue from there. Because the Kuldeep Yadav, the way he came, he immediately applied brakes and removing top 3, including the wicket of Abhishek, Head and, Klassen. So that would have been Markram. So that would have been the biggest plus. And the way Akshar Patel came in and seized the flow of runs, he just, cut off all the boundary options for Sunrisers Hyderabad. So in the middle phase, the spinners, the way they controlled about the game was the turning point. And at that point, probably the hopes are coming out that if we can restrict them under 240 or 250, because Kotla is a very small ground, so you can actually have a go about this target. But the way Kuldeep Yadav turns around his table, he spins around a magician. We all know whatever tricks he has in his bags, and the way he just spin around the batters, it was just amazing to watch out for. And that has been the biggest positive from the last night, because there were hardly a few you can name except the power play and the batting, and bowling was one of those.
Also, Dharma, the way Delhi had begun, they were ahead in the chase in terms of, and they were never behind the asking rate in the beginning. But some skillful bowling by T. Natarajan and Reddy actually got them back into the game, and thereby they sealed that 67-run win. Would you say with these bowlers performing, a lot of credit really goes to Pat Cummins in the way he is shepherding the pack?
Yes, ma'am. The way Pat Cummins is going to the bowlers, Nattu and NKR, and giving the strength to them to perform is what all we can expect from the good captain. And Natranjam picking 4 wickets and NKR picking 2 wickets and Bhuvaneshwar 1 wicket, that which we got Warner in the first over itself made a huge difference in the game.
Just last one word, Rakesh, on Pat Cummins. Would you say that he has really come of age in T20 cricket, and this gentleman is now looking ahead to, doing some dhamaka in the T20 World Cup as well?
Why not? I mean, just look at the kind of confidence he has. The results show that he has truly arrived as the skipper. But in case of SRH, when you look at him, he doesn't have to do so much, because when he comes with his captaincy skills, already 250 plus runs are already on the board. So I'm not trading too much into his skills when you have to defend in, like anything in excess of 50. But yes, talking about him as a full-grown cricketer, as a guy who is high on confidence because his team is, giving him what he wants. So a captain is as good as a team. And of course, the way he has, led Australia, it's absolutely brilliant.